Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. So in this video we're gonna cover Tron. Alright. You guys probably thought that I forgot about Tron, huh? No, haven't forgot about Tron. Just it was sleeping for a while, so we are finally hearing some heartbeat in Tron. So let's see if we can get this lasting move, or is it just this one-time thing and then it's going back to sleep. Let's find out. All right. So Tron, we have been monitoring Tron for a while now, and it's in the previous video I said that it's coming to this support level, which is a significant support level at 386. It's holding up that support level pretty well. I'm gonna remove this thing. And that is just right now. By the way, I'm looking this Tron to BTC, and this data is coming from Binance. Okay, so right now it's staying over that moving average, the 20-day moving average, and it's gonna come up against that resistance trend line, which is right around 441, and then we have going to be another resistance right around 454. Then another resistance gonna be 465, which is the moving average. So there is some resistance, in Tron, but the history tells us in Tron, when it starts moving, it really starts moving, at least for a good 20-30%. So is this the case again? I don't know. We're gonna find out, but there could be a potential trade again. The downside, I would watch that support level. I want to make sure that I stay over that support level of 393, because that is a significant support level, and I want to make sure that my trade is not going below that. So it's one of those coins. It's like, you can love it, you can hate it, whatever you wanna. I mean, I get so many comments on Tron. It's just like people are either they're very passionate, as far as loving it or as far as hating it. So there are extreme scenarios for Tron, and a lot of these people are mostly trading based on emotions. So I totally get it why they have very strong viewpoints on either direction. The problem is, as an investor and as a trader, there are a lot of new investors and traders who are coming to this crypto market. Majority of them do trade with emotions. They let their emotion get the best out of them, and it's you just have to start adapting yourself. You really it's like a psychological mind game. You have to kind of just like playing poker. If I know a lot of the young investors who are coming into the crypto market probably play poker as well, right? So it's just like playing poker. You want to be emotional. You want to have a poker face. Doesn't matter if your coin is going up 100% or going down like 100%. You want to have that poker face. You want to make sure that you don't let the emotions get in the way. That's the thing. If you take your emotions out of the equation, you will you will treat every trade as a investment. Every trade will be will be working on your behalf, rather than you are working on that for the trade. So try to get those emotions out of the way. I know there are a lot of strong feeling on Tron on both sides, and I will keep it simple. It's a speculative coin. The reason I say it because it's in early stages. All right, it can be. It's like one of those hit or miss kind of coin. If you hit it, yes, it can clear that ballpark. But if you miss it, yeah, it's gonna be dud for a whole year. It might not even move. Maybe a couple of penny here and there. So it's one of those coins. So would I be holding big position in this coin? No, I wouldn't be. You might be. You can do whatever you want. You are your own boss. You make your own trade. I'm not there to pull the triggers for you on your trade. But I personally wouldn't go with a large position in Tron unless I feel very comfortable in the charts, in the technicals, because this is a very early stage for this project. I'm keep on saying that, and it's a good project. It seems good on the paper, but it needs to be implemented. It needs to be the adoption, needs to come into equation. So it does have a long way to go. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have a value. It doesn't mean that it can go another spike up to like 10 cents. What I'm just trying to give you just realistic picture. I'm not trying to tell you like, hey, Tron is gonna go to $10 by year end. No, I mean, you have come to a wrong channel if you think that I'm gonna give you that prediction. All right, I'm just gonna tell you realistic things. I'm gonna give you realistic expectation. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at giving those magical numbers. I'm not that right. I'm probably not that person. So if you are, sorry to disappoint if I'm not giving you those numbers, because I don't have those numbers, and I'm definitely not gonna lie to you that Tron gonna go to like $5 or $10 by year end, because I don't know. I mean, we have to first of all, it needs to get out of this resistance zone. It needs to go to that 5 cents mark, which is the 50-day moving average. We need to evaluate how well it's holding up at that zone. All right, and then we can make an assessment from there. Fundamentally, what are they working on? Fundamentally, what is coming on the roadmap for Tron for 2018? Are they hitting those roadmaps? Are they getting those implementations on time? Is this team going in the right direction? Then you have to reevaluate that scenario at that point, and then you can make this call that, hey, now we have around 6 months in the year. Realistically, if you then it's number game. Okay, then it's number game. You look at the charts, you look at the patterns, you look at the hey, now it makes sense that it can go up to 25 cents based on what I'm seeing right here by year end, maybe. So then you can have better overall picture. But just calling out flat out numbers that is going to go to $10 by year end, that's just I don't know, that's just stupid. All right, that's just really stupid. And I have seen those videos, and it's just make me scratch my head, it's just, and okay, as I said, please be very careful on what you're listening to, what you're following, because there are plenty of people who have no clue how to invest money. I see plenty of YouTubers who make amazing, great video. They are they are such a good communicator, and they're such a good communicator that it's wow, he must be right. He must know what he's his everything about Tron. Because the way they communicate things is so much but the thing is, if you bought it right here, right at that 30 cents mark, a lot of people are saying that Tron gonna go to $1, right at that mark. I remember that. And what happened? Came crashing down, right? The first video I made on Tron, I said don't buy it at 30 cents. That was the first video. I still remember that. So it's when you get into it, do your proper risk management. Do I know that Tron is gonna go, can it go to 1 cent? Yeah, it can go to 1 cent, but how can you prevent that? So you have this, this is the support level. This support level has been holding up. It was a previous resistance. It was a support back in January. Again in February, early February, again in early February, now again in late February. So we know this support level is a good support level, right? We know that for a fact. That this is, if you are looking at any chart, we know that this is a good support now. It have, it's been keeping on that support. So I would use that as a gauge. I would use that as my exit point, just in case if it goes below it, because I know for a fact that my risk is X amount, and if it goes further down, then I will buy again. I will, if it comes to this 3 cents mark, I will buy a little bit more again, because I got out of that coin early on, so I have the room to buy it again here. So I hope I'm making this clear, and I hope people are understanding it. I'm not against Tron. In previous video I made, people thought that I was against Tron. I'm not. I'm just giving you realistic things, and people sometimes don't want to hear realistic things, because a lot of the people who are into the speculative coins, they don't understand the how to make money, how to invest money, and that's the biggest problem. You go in with like, you know, your 80% of your portfolio in Tron, and you expect Tron to like go to like $10 by year end. I mean, you really need to have a realistic expectations. You really need to do your homework. You need to do your due diligence. Stop listening to, like, you know, people who are just trying to pump and dump the coins. So, there are plenty of people who don't know anything about investing online. So be very careful about it, and like just do your own due diligence. That's the best thing I can tell you. Do your own due diligence. If you are if you really wanna, like, you know, make money, then there's no other person you should be trusting other than yourself, because you know that you have done your own research. So, you know, get into those habits. These are some good habits, and it will stick with you, and it will become your second nature when you invest money. A lot of you, I know there are a lot of, you know, young investors who are in their 20s and their 30s. You know, you will be, in few years, you will be, you know, investing in your, you know, house. You will might be buying a house. You might be buying an apartment, condo, your new car. You do the research on those things, right? Before you make any investment, you don't blindfoldedly just throw money at those things, right? Just like these things, you know, you want to do your own research. You want to make sure you're, you know, I'm not just saying you just like, you know, close your eyes and just start throwing, you know, darts and see if one sticks. That, you know, those things will never work. You will burn out. So, you know, do the research, put in the time. You know, do your due diligence. Just don't blindly follow, you know, just because someone told you so, or your colleague told you so, and he made some money in it. And, you know, I mean, he might got a lucky shot. He got in early before you. Then, I mean, okay, yeah, he did get an early shot. So, but you didn't. You are at the different time. You are in different. You cannot go back in the time, right? So you have to invest from what you have in front of you. So again, just to recap, we are sitting at a very good support. Well, about a really good support. So that support level should be the gauge. Like, you know, your entry and exit point, I guess. Well, entry point can be around here, but like exit point, I would just keep it right at that support. As far as the resistance, there is, like, you know, one around 4 cents, and then there's gonna be the moving average resistance, which is around 5 cents, and eventually there's gonna be around the 6 cents, which was the previous high, around early February. All right, Tron tend to move pretty fast. I see a lot of, like, day traders also coming into Tron and try to pump it up and dump it later on. I see the scenario. You see it right up here. That's nothing but just quick pump and dump. All right, there's 2 days pump and then started dumping it. What happened there is, like, they just got some investors into it, and people thinking, oh, Tron has started moving, and now all of a sudden next day people, you know, started taking profits. They didn't want to hold on to any position. So let's see if we can get a different scenario here, if we can get a more lasting scenario. Again, the team is, you know, they're constantly growing. It's not sitting idle. They are, you know, on the social media, they are good. They're constantly updating things. So there are positive signs, but again, when you're investing with this early speculative projects, you only want to go with the X amount of your capital in it. Okay, so guys, I hope this was helpful. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit those notifications, those bell icons. I post this new content every day. If you think this helped you with your investment, or if you think this is helping you with your investment, please give me a thumbs up, and I will do more video review for you for soon. All right, thank you.